Welcome to Live, Learn, Let Go, a space where real stories are shared, meaningful conversations are had, and healing begins. This channel is dedicated to inspiring others through honest discussions about life's challenges, personal growth, mental health, disabilities, resilience, and the incredible strength of the human spirit. Here we believe that every person has a story worth telling, and that by sharing our experiences, we can help others feel less alone. Whether you're navigating adversity, chasing your dreams, or learning to let go of what no longer serves you, this is a place where you're seen, heard, and understood. The message behind Live, Learn, Let Go is simple: live fully and authentically, learn from every experience, and let go of fear, pain, and anything holding you back. Through interviews, conversations, and uplifting content, our goal is to spread hope, encourage healing, and remind you that your story matters. Thank you for being here and becoming a part of this journey. Welcome to Live, Learn, Let Go.
And then there we go. So it's recording. Okay. And in three, two, and one, here we go. All right. Hey guys, welcome to Live, Learn, Let Go. It's Jessica, your hostess here, and I have someone extremely special that I've kept secret from you from spoiling it out there because he runs this episode. Ugh, I'm going to start over because my brain is braining too hard right now. So I totally sent the Instagram message to BB Gossip right before instead of BB Spoilers. So my brain keeps having BB Gossip because I interviewed Mike and I haven't put that episode out yet. So my brain
Mm.
is all like over the place. Okay, so I'll start over. And in three, two, and one. Hey guys, welcome to Live, Learn, Let Go. I'm Jessica, your hostess, and I am here with someone who always has the spoilers for you guys. His name is Josh, and he is the runner of BB Spoilers Online. And I am so excited to sit down and chat with him because the only reason why we met is because I was on Spotlight, then he was on Spotlight, and now we're both here dealing with the aftermath of the spotlight and all the things that come from it. And we're just going to sit down and chit chat about everything. So, how are you doing, Josh?
I'm great, Jess. Thank you for having me. I think this is the first podcast that I've been on somebody else. It's not me interviewing somebody. It's like think you're a first for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm your first interviewer. I remember when I was interviewed for someone the first time, I was like, this is so different. I'm used to asking the questions, not having to answer them. This is nerve-wracking.
Mhm.
So, are
Yeah,
you a little nervous or you feel okay?
I'm just happy to be here, Jess.
Hey, that's exciting. All right, so let's dive into the spotlight. I know that you had
Mhm.
seen me on the spotlight originally, and I've been following you on your page for quite a bit, being one of those silent watchers, kind of not saying much at all. And then you had posted a comment about, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, about wondering if there's going to be returning players to Big Brother this year. And when I had
Mhm.
applied, I had saw that they said 12 cast members on the application. And so I had sent
Mhm.
you like a screenshot of it and I was like, hey, maybe there's gonna be four returning players. I don't know. And then silly me, it always says that is what you said. And
Mhm.
we just started talking after that. And yeah, I remember you telling me about you applying for the spotlight. And I was trying to give you some encouragement. You sent me your audition video. I'm like, there's no way they're not going to cast you. It's just like the game of human chess. When it's meant to be, it'll be. So, how long
Mhm.
were you applying for Spotlight? Have you been watching it since the first episode? Tell me all about your casting experience and what made you want to go out for Spotlight.
Well, I think I remember you were in the second or the third game of Spotlight.
I was in the fourth episode.
Fourth. Okay, yeah. So I remember when they posted the cast for your episode. Was Jason on the same season as you?
Was, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd commented, oh, I'm rooting for Jess, I'm rooting for Jason. Both of you guys have been following me, so I got to root for my followers.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I had been watching since the first game. I thought it was really cool with the reality stars, and I was hoping they would open it up to just regular people, and they did. So I sent in a video. I think after the first game, it wasn't the best video, so I sent in another video after the second or third game, which was a better video, and I heard back a week or two later, and I got cast on the fifth game. So it went from there.
Yeah. Speaking of being casted on the fifth game, we always play these games on Sundays. And, you know, were you gunning for the first spotlight? Because you ended up getting it, and we'll get to how you got that in just a second. But were you going into the game knowing that you wanted to be spotlight first? Because that's kind of how I went into the game too. So I'm just wondering if like where your mindset was at.
Yes, that was absolutely part of my plan going in. That I'd been planning for a week. They tell you a week before that you're on the game. So I've been planning for a week what I wanted to do, and one of the things was being the first spotlight. I thought being the first spotlight, people would be indebted to you that, you kept them in the game. You can make an alliance and a power structure from there. And it didn't end up panning out like that we had an alliance. So I think our game was pretty fluid, but I definitely did want that first spotlight.
That's awesome. So, did you have the plan to lie about your birthday all along? Or did you just in
Yes.
the moment think of that?
No, I had that planned for a week as well. And people said, oh, they should ask him what his zodiac sign is, but I had it written down in my notes as well, Gemini. So you got to have lies and you got to be able to back them up. So everything written down.
You had everything so perfect with your lies and the way you flowed. And I remember I was watching live when someone asked you, what did you do for your birthday today? Did you do any fun? And then this guy goes out with, I had some Chick-fil-A today. And I'm like, Chick-fil-A is closed, bro. What do you
Yeah, and Kelsey did say after the fact that she just assumed that I had like leftovers from the day before. So like I said, I'd been playing the lies for a week, so I didn't even think of, oh, it was going to be Sunday, the day we were playing the game, so I didn't even think of
mean?
that.
But to be honest, not everybody knows what Chick-fil-A is. I'm not originally from
Mhm.
California and like the areas that serve Chick-fil-A. So I still to this day
Yeah.
haven't eaten Chick-fil-A, but I would have
Uh,
known that I would just assume every fast food restaurant is open and not closed on Sundays.
yeah, no.
Like the perfect little thing to get away with. Oh my gosh.
But the chat had a good time with it, but the people in the game didn't realize.
Yeah. Did you feel like at any point that you could have been a little bit pressured, like your secrets could have fallen apart at all?
I was lucky enough that nobody in the game knew, it wasn't my actual birthday. There were plenty of people in the chat who knew me. Big Brother Spoilers, they know it wasn't actually my birthday. So I think I was lucky that I ended up that nobody in the game knew me like that.
Yeah, that's good because nothing fell apart and nothing ever fell apart and no lies ever came out until Alex asked you at the end. Were you shocked that he had
Hmm.
asked you? Were you expecting that, or did you think like they were going to figure it out and ask it afterwards, anyways?
Well, he had never done like a question, a Q&A to everybody after in the previous game. So I thought he was probably just going to ask that to me to clear that up for everybody. And then I think he was going to go on, but he asked everybody a question. I thought that was a great addition to it.
Yeah, they definitely needed that because a lot of people were saying that like after our episode, we should have had a Q and A because there's so much stuff that had happened
Yeah.
going on. And that's why I was like, well, let me just start talking to these people about stuff afterwards and then the words will get out there. And
I think your season probably sparked it because I remember you kept trying to say something and Alex had to cut you off and end the stream. So I think people wanted to hear what you had to say.
yeah, I was like, no, I had so much to say, and I have always have so much to
Mhm.
say. So like being cut off like that, and then even the game of only having a minute to talk to someone, like I could barely talk to myself
Mhm.
in the mirror for a minute if I have to, like let alone like another person I don't even know through a computer screen. So I don't know who came up with
Yeah.
this game and the way they structure it, but it's so much fun. And if anybody out there is wondering if they should play, they should definitely go and play it because for sure it's just been
Mhm.
a thing.
And you brought up my lives earlier. I actually had a lot of other things planned that I didn't end up using. Like I wanted to say my final pitch, this was the fifth game. So I wanted to say, oh, today is my birthday. I was born at 5:55 p.m. Five is my lucky number, destined to be here to win in season five. And I didn't end up saying that, but I had that written down that I wanted to say all that, and I didn't.
Do you feel like you would have won if you would have said that?
No, I don't think it would have changed anything. I think I made mistakes much earlier that lost me the game.
What mistakes do you feel like you maybe have made?
Um, I mean, where do you want to start? I feel like I made a lot of mistakes. I brought the wrong person to the end. I should have brought Kelsey to the end, and I think I would have probably won unanimously. I should have cut Steven earlier. But there's a lot I wish I would have done differently.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You still played a great game, and I'm so happy for
Thank you.
you. Are there any other games out there that you'd want to play? Like, what's on your bucket list to do? Do you want to play more online reality games? Are you looking at LRGs? Are you just going to stay behind the scenes? Or I know you thinking about real reality TV. What are we thinking about?
I mean, if anybody calls me, if the I'll do anything. People give me a call, then I'll probably consider it and probably do it.
Are you going out of your way to apply for opportunities, or are you just kind of waiting for people to come to you?
Waiting for people to come to me. Spotlight was different that, I'd watched it and I thought it was really good. And, after I watched the first episode, I'm like, I have to be on this. So if there's another, show out there like that, piques my interest, then I'll definitely look out for it myself. But I'm not actively applying for anything.
Yeah, especially because you have your hands full with BB spoilers. I almost said gossip.
Yep.
My goodness. So tell me what made you want to start BB spoilers.
So I actually took over the page from there's an old owner, that I took over the page back in Big Brother 19, the week that Megan had quit the game. That was like week 2.
Mhm.
So that was 2017. So this will be my 10th season, 9th or 10th season running the page. I first watched Big Brother with season 16.
Mhm.
So season 19 was what, my third or fourth season. And I had really been online and watching the live feeds and on Twitter, and the guy who was actually running the page, he wasn't doing the best job, and I just thought I could do a better job running this page than that guy was. So I just messaged him one day and said, "Hey, can I run the page?" And he said, "Sure." And he gave me the page, and it's been 9 years since then. So
That is so awesome. And in these 9 years, I've seen that you've been able to actually meet some of these house guests that have played on the show, or not played, but have
yes.
been on the show. And you've gone to several events with them. How has that been? And what has that experience been like for you?
Yeah, so I've been to a few Survivor events. I've been to a few Big Brother events. I go to Oz's premiere party every year in New York. Went for the 24, 25, 26, 27 premiere. So I'm going to go every year. I'm going to go again this year. It's great, and sometimes people that I meet, they'll already be following me, so they'll know who I am when I meet them. So that happens a bit. That's really cool to me that, people know who I am when I meet them in person. So going to these events is really awesome. I definitely encourage anybody go to these events and meet, your favorite reality stars.
How would we find these events? Because now that I know they exist, I'm going to be going to one. I have to find them. So where do you suggest we go online to try to find them to be able to go to them?
Yeah, so Aza from Big Brother 23, she posts the info on her Instagram, and then there's a guy named Joe Michael, and give him a shout out that he also hosts the events with Aza on his Instagram to Joe Michael Events,
Mhm.
and Aza will post on her Instagram as well. I've also been to a few Bryce and Wendell events. You can just go to their Instagram, Bryce and Wendell Presents. I've been to a few of their Survivor events, and then I've also been to one Robb's podcast event. So you can just go to Robb's podcast, and they'll post all their information about their live shows and whatnot.
Awesome. What's the most stressful thing about running BB spoilers? Is there anything stressful at all?
I'm not one who watches the live feeds myself. So I don't have the clearest picture of what's going on as someone who does watch the live feeds all day. I'm not, sitting there watching them all day. So I just go based on what, the Twitter updates are. And so if people might ask me a question, I might not have the clearest answer to it. So if you want the clearest picture, you might want to go to someone who actually watches the live feeds, because I don't watch them myself.
Makes sense. What's the most funnest thing for you about running the page?
Getting to talk to, interview all these reality stars on my podcast. I started the podcast a few years ago and I've had a lot of Big Brother and Survivor players come on. It's been great to talk to them, watching them on TV and then, a few months later, they're on my podcast talking to me for an hour about, their show. So it's great that people will want to come on and talk to me. And that's definitely the best part, connecting with these people.
That's awesome. What kind of things do you ask them generally when you have them on your podcast? Do you change it up for every person or do you have the same structure no matter what?
No, it's pretty much the same thing. I'll ask them, about the current season, what they think about it, and then we'll go into their season. And yeah, it's pretty much the same format I do for every interview.
Have you had one person that you have like had a favorite interview with, or are they all just favorites?
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I mean, I can look at the list and I can probably give you a name or two that I thought was good. Um, Let me pull up my list here. So I recently talked to Todd Herzog from Survivor China. Do you watch Survivor?
Yes.
Yeah, so I talked to Todd Herzog from Survivor China a few weeks ago. That was a great one. I talked to Sean Rector from season 4, Marquesas. That was a great one. Let me look for a Big Brother one that was good. Um, So one of my favorite players ever is Derek Levasseur, the winner of season 16. That was my first season. I'm a big fan of his. He actually, a few years ago, he was supposed to come on my podcast during the All-Star season to talk to me about Cody, but he had to cancel last minute. So he actually sent me a signed copy of his book at that time. And
Oh
then during this last season, he did come on my podcast. He talked to me for 2 hours about anything and everything that I wanted to ask him. So that was definitely my favorite Big Brother interview with Derek.
gosh, that is awesome. Where can we find your podcast at if we wanted to go take a listen?
Yeah, just look up Big Brother Spoilers on YouTube. That's the only platform on. So just Big Brother Spoilers on YouTube, and you'll find me.
Awesome. And how often are you posting when the active season is going on with Big Brother?
I mean, many times every day I'm posting. I'll just post what people are saying on Twitter of what's happening in the live feeds. I'll post all the spoilers, who wins HOH, and the veto, and the nominations. So I mean, I'm very active. People come to me for Big Brother spoilers for Instagram, so I gotta give them all the updates. So very active during the summer.
Awesome. No wonder why you were not going on people's interviews and doing all these podcast things because you got all these things going on yourself. Um,
Yeah, summer's busy.
yeah, so outside of what you're doing with BB spoilers and being on the spotlight and maybe hoping for other casting experiences, we're gonna get to know who Josh is, 20 question style, like we used to do in high school, and you're trying to get to know someone. So,
Mhm.
what's a random fact about you that most people wouldn't guess?
Ooh, I should have thought of these beforehand. I mean, I feel like a lot of people in my day-to-day life don't know that I have this Big Brother platform that I watch all these reality shows. Like I don't tell a ton of people in my day-to-day life that I do that. So, it's Big Brother, the silly TV show, and I post spoilers of that, and I have 70,000 followers, and I don't tell a lot of people about that. So I think most people in my day-to-day life wouldn't really know that about me.
Nice. Where did you grow up and what was it like there?
I grew up and I still live in New Jersey in Bergen County. I love the area I live in. We're just, a couple miles outside of New York City, so you have close access to that. So I love being close to the city. Big New York sports fan, so I go into New York for a lot of sports events. So I love the area that I live in.
Awesome. What's one place in that area that someone could go out to eat if they're just passing through or they want somewhere to travel to and they live locally too?
Um, that's a good question. I went to a place in Secaucus last night for dinner called Dallas Barbecue. They have a lot of locations in the city and in Jersey. It's huge portions, lots of barbecue food, ribs and chicken and steak and all that stuff. And I had that last night for dinner. It was really good. So I'd recommend Dallas Barbecue in Secaucus.
Nice. And what's your go-to comfort food?
I'm a steak and potatoes guy. Steak and potatoes.
Sounds familiar. Everybody in my house is just steak and potatoes or chicken and potatoes, and I'm like, can we eat something different? That's very, very
That's what I got at Dallas Barbecue last night. So.
nice. What's a song that instantly puts you in a good mood?
Yeah, so when I get this question, so people tell me I'm a very unique guy, that I'm not a huge music guy at all. Like I really could not tell you names of songs or artists. Like I'm not the kind of guy who just turns on music. Like I'll just listen to podcasts. So I actually don't have an answer to that. So I really don't know music at all.
Oh, that is the most unique thing I've ever heard. What did you
I'm
do?
a very
Did you do more TV instead of music?
yeah. I mean, I'm 90% of the time listening to a podcast or something. I'm not a music guy at all.
I like that though. That's so different and so unique, and you don't hear that very often. Usually people are like, I love music. Like everybody has something they love, but I actually love that about
Yeah.
you. Would you
No,
ever?
people tell me that I'm very weird about that.
No, that's not weird at all. That makes you unique and special. Would you ever get into music? Like if someone were to like be like, you have to listen to the song, or would you just be like, no, thanks?
I mean, like I spend a lot of time in my car, so when I have the radio on, I don't have it like on mute, but like I don't change the channel because I don't like this music. It's
Yeah.
whatever to me. So,
Aw. What's something you're currently obsessed with?
um, I'm obsessed with Love Island starting its years. I'm really excited for Love Island. Survivor just ended. Big Brother starts in a month and a half, so I'm looking forward to Love Island starting on Tuesday.
Love Island. How many seasons of Love Island have there been? I'm not very familiar with that one. Can you tell us what it's about?
Yeah, so the season's about to start is season 8. I've watched every season of Love Island US. I've only ever watched the US versions. There's versions in other countries, UK and Australia, but I've only ever seen the US version. But I'm really big into dating shows as well. So not just the social strategy games. I'm really into the dating shows as well.
Nice. So what do they have to do on Love Island? Like they all
Date each other.
it's all singles and stuff. So is it very
Yep,
similar?
yep,
Like it's men and women that are all single?
yep,
And then
yep.
like how do they go on? Do they win dates and stuff like to be able to go out on dates alone, or is it just at the island? Like how does it all work?
Yeah, they'll get dates that they'll get to go on outside of their villa that they're living in. But they're coupling up with each other and doing challenges and getting to know each other. And it's definitely Love Island's gotten a lot bigger in the last few years, so people are really excited about Love Island this summer.
That sounds like it's a lot of drama.
It is, and that's why people love it.
I used to love the show Temptation Island.
Yeah, I watched that one
When
as
I was
well.
single, I loved it. And then I got married. I was like, there's no way. Like, oh gosh, why would people ever put themselves in those positions? Like, I'll have to watch Love Island one.
Yeah, it's crazy people put themselves in that position. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, but I mean, I guess you're gonna do what you're gonna do. No. Um, what has been a defining moment in your life so far?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know, maybe graduating college a few years ago, that getting my degree and just doing that, I guess.
What college did you go to?
I went to Rider University in New Jersey. That Tiffany from Survivor 46 and 50, if you just watched that she also went to Rider University, graduated a few years ahead of me.
That is so awesome. What did you study?
Yeah, sport management.
Nice. Do you have like an ideal dream career? Like if you could have any job, it would be this, or are you just open?
I'm open, but I'm right now I'm trying to get back into sports writing. That I was actually doing some sports, writing sports journalism a few years ago for a all New York sports website. So I was writing articles about the Jets and the Giants and the Knicks and the Nets and the Yankees and the Mets. And I did that for about a year and a half, 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm trying to get back into sports writing. I'm very passionate about sports and very big into sports. So it just seems like a easy fit for me to just to start, putting my thoughts into words. So I'm definitely trying to get into sports writing right now.
Yeah, I love that you have that personality where I could totally see you as like a sports journalist or sports like even a news reporter of sports, like a sports
Yeah.
reporter. I could totally see you as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely want to get into it.
You should, you should. And you have the personality to do it, and you're making little steps and stepping stones with all the stuff that you've done with BB Goss or BB Spoilers and with the Spotlight now. You're
Mhm.
definitely, put yourself out there. You never know what could happen. Now that I know your dream job, I'm gonna see what I could find out there for you because I like to research stuff when I'm bored.
Thank you.
What is your biggest green flag in people?
Biggest green flag in people. I get what you mean by green flag, but like, in what context do you mean? Like,
Like, what would be something that make you want to be friends with someone? Like they have this kind of quality.
um, I don't know, like a co common interest that if they're into sports like me, or if they're into reality TV like me, it's just something easy that I know a lot about and we can bond over.
Yeah, like that. What's your biggest ick?
Um, let's see. I'll say, and I'm sorry those out there that do, but smoking. I don't smoke, so I don't like people that do that.
Yeah, it's definitely got something that gives you an ick if you're not into it for sure. Nothing wrong with doing
Yeah,
it, but not everybody likes it.
yeah,
What
yeah.
is something you used to believe in but you don't anymore? Besides singing.
Um, hmm. Got a lot of good questions, Jess. Hmm. What kind of answer have people given you on this before, and then I can probably give you a better answer.
You're the first person I've asked this one to. I try to switch up my
Oh, okay,
every time. But
okay.
it's like, um, that's actually a hard question now that I think of it. I don't know that I would have an answer for that. Maybe think on it and we'll come back to it because I'm like, besides Santa and like the Easter Bunny, like those silly little things, like that's the only thing I could think of that would come to mind. Huh.
So maybe we'll come back to it. We can both think of an answer in the meantime.
That's a tricky question. What's a goal that you're quietly working on right now that won't be so quiet after this?
Um, I don't know that I want to get on these reality shows. I've said to people that I want to send the casting producers my game tape from Spotlight. See what I'm capable of, and send that over to the Big Brother cyber casting producer, and hopefully they'll see my gameplay and like me from that.
You should totally do that and make a casting. What you need to do is do like a casting tape of
Hmm.
like introducing yourself at the beginning, da 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 da, and then piece in like a clip of like the spotlight, piece in
Hmm.
BB spoilers, like your it's BB spoilers, right? Yes.
Yep.
Piece in your BB spoilers webpage and then close out with something as well. I think that
And
would
put in all my lies too. They'll like that, right?
Yes, yes, you have to talk about your lies. You have to highlight the little clips because it's so funny. They actually highlighted the fact that I put in the comments that it was like Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, and they highlighted that on there.
Yep.
Like they're
Yep.
going nuts with your highlights right now, and I'm so here for it. I definitely
Yeah.
is Big Brother the only like is Big Brother your name your top three shows that you want to be on? Obviously, Big Brother's number one.
So I've always
Big
said for
Brother
years that
together.
Survivor was
How about that? Next season, season 29, we're on Big Brother together.
yeah, yeah.
Teachers are watching. Like, let's
So
go.
I've always said for years that I wanted to do Survivor would be the top one that I would do. It's a lot shorter than Big Brother. You get more money for it. But I'm the Big Brother guy. I have the Big Brother page. I talk to a lot of Big Brother people. So I guess if I ever, not that I have the choice, but if I could ever choose something, I guess probably Big Brother's the spot. People would know me. So I think Big Brother would be the spot I would have to go.
Yeah. What about number two? Would two be Survivor?
Yeah, Survivor.
Okay. And then what about your third? Because third time, we always got to have something as a backup plan.
I mean, they're doing the civilian traders now. They're filming that right now. That they're doing a civilian version. So I would say that would be it.
That's awesome. I could see you on any of those shows and you would absolutely kill it. And I could not wait to hear all the lies that you would tell on Big Brother. I would just be dying watching. I don't know if I'd want to play with you because then I wouldn't know to be able to tell if you're lying or not. 'Cause
Well, I didn't know that I would be good at this, and
you-
I didn't know that I would be good at this. And my parents tell me all the time, like, "Oh, you'd be great at these games." And I did good enough on the Spotlight that maybe I'm capable of doing these real games.
You know what? You never know what you're capable of until you just try. And once you
And
try,
I tried, and I did all right. So
did you love it? Like it's the first time you tried something like that. Did you absolutely love it, or was it kind of like meh?
I'm waiting for Alex to call me for All Stars. So I'm
I
waiting for the
am
call.
too. I'm like, are they
I
doing
think I'll be screwed. I think I'll be screwed, but I'm still waiting on the call.
I am too. I'm like, come on, slide into my DMs for the all-star spot and it'll be so much fun. All right.
I think you'll outplace me on that one. I think people will target me.
You know what? You'll be my ally though, because they don't know that we know each other.
Okay.
Unless
Well,
they
a lot of people are going to listen to this now, right, Jess?
That's true, but that's why I'm like, shoot, I should have said anything.
Yeah.
But you know what? We would adapt because there's twist. We never know what's gonna happen. Just because we
Yep.
know each other doesn't mean that we're gonna go home. Kelsey and Tasia knew each other, and I didn't know it until the end, and I got so mad. I was like, "Are you joking me? How dare they cast someone
Mhm.
that knew each other with each other?" But I don't know if I told you or if you watched on any of my other episodes. I was down to Jovi and Kelsey for my top two that
Mhm.
I was gonna eliminate, and I went with Jovi. Could you imagine
Mhm.
if I would have
Mhm.
eliminated Kelsey? What would have happened in that game?
Well, I think when you eliminate him, that was shocking that people. I don't know if you even told people who you were going to do that. Everybody was shocked when you did that.
Yeah, I didn't tell a single soul. I just kind of went off of my gut feeling, and I'm glad I did.
Mm.
I don't. I feel bad because I still haven't talked to him. I'm gonna find him on Instagram to be like, bro, I'm sorry, because
Uh-huh.
I think I've talked to everybody in my cast except for Paige. Um, Who else? I've talked to Kelsey. We're good. She thinks everybody thought I was so heated
Mhm.
with Kelsey. I'm like, no, it's just a game. Of course you're
Uh,
gonna get heated, but I love her.
yeah.
Yeah, the only person I haven't been able to talk to is Paige so far.
Mhm.
And Jovi. And I'm like, I want to talk to everybody and because it was all meant to be for a reason.
Mhm.
That's awesome. And you're the first person out of episode 4 that I've actually interviewed on the spotlight. I was supposed to
Yeah. We have a great cast. You should definitely talk to a lot of my group. It's a great group.
Yeah, I'm gonna message everybody. Like that's what I've been doing. Like I just got back from my trip, so I'm like, now that I'm back from my trip, I'm gonna like go message everybody. Like, hey,
Mhm.
you want to be on us from strangers to friends? Because this is fun.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope that they actually do like a podcast or something. Maybe I gave them an idea. Maybe they'll.
Mhm.
Because at first I was gonna name my podcast segment of this kind of stuff of after the spotlight, and then that was too much of
Mhm.
create, so I had to change the name real quick. So I was like, well, from
Mhm.
strangers to friends, why not? That sounds better than anything affiliated with the spotlight because I don't want to have any trouble. Almost did
Maybe
it.
after the eighth game, right? They're doing 8 episodes, so maybe we'll do something like that after the season ends.
They totally should. And I mean, I would host it.
Yeah.
Have you
You
seen-
already are.
I already am, right? They might as well just bring me on board. I actually offered to them. I was like, "Do you need anybody for casting like help? Because this is so much fun. Like, I actually love that you slid in my DMs and you like made my like dreams come true. Like, I want to do that for people too. Like, I never really thought about being in casting as like a career or anything for myself, but now I'm kind of starting to after I have my experiences on the show, of course."
Did you message Alex about casting when I was messaging you about trying to get me on? Was that when you messaged him about that?
I did right around the same time. I had messaged him and I was like, "Hey, like if you need anybody for casting, like help and stuff." But he said he already had a full team. Because then I was gonna throw
Mhm.
your name into the bus and be like, "Hey, I really know this person that would be absolutely
Yeah.
phenomenal." But once he turned me down for like helping with casting, I didn't want to step on his toes and like kind of do
Yeah.
anything. You ended up on the show anyway, so you didn't need my help.
Yeah.
You
Well, the very next game after yours.
exactly. It just must have been all about timing. Could you imagine if we ended up on the show together? That would have been wild.
That would have been wild, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, what inspires you the most and why?
Ooh, what inspires me? I don't know. You got a lot of good questions, Jess. But what's your answer? I want to hear your answer here.
What inspires me the most?
Yeah.
I like the feeling of knowing I'm helping people. And inspires
Hmm.
me to keep going to help people. And I like watching people who are doing the same similar things that I want to do. Like there's this person who's called Blank B Love. He's on Instagram and he has this
Hmm.
platform called Let Go with Me. And he'll go to the beach, he'll go out into like the random woods area and he'll set up a whole area and he'll put on his headphones and play his song called Let Go and he'll just wait for people to come over and dance with them. And they do silent disco
Hmm.
in the middle of wherever he's at. And that's just so inspiring for me because I often do pop-up podcasts where I'll just sit there and wait for people to come over. And I've never had anybody come over and want to talk to me yet. I've never done that kind of stranger feeling. I haven't done a pop-up one in a while, but yeah,
Hmm.
that's kind of the stuff that inspires me is just seeing the same things that I want to do and how I want to do it and just keep on
Good
reaching.
answer. Good answer.
What about you? Is that a hard one? How
Um,
about who inspires you instead of what? Is there a who or something or
um, I don't like this dead time here.
you're good. Don't stress. You don't have to be perfect.
This isn't great podcasting.
Shush, you're fine. You're used to being on the other side.
Usually I'll edit this out.
No need to edit. You're just yourself. I'm asking you a lot of tricky
Hmm.
questions, and I didn't tell, and for anybody watching, I didn't tell him any of these beforehand, so he's doing a great job.
And these are different questions you said, right? Or is this one you've
I,
asked before?
they're generally all this, like, kind of the same basis of getting to know you, but they're worded a lot differently every single time. So sometimes they're easy and
Hmm.
sometimes they're super tricky. These ones are a little bit more trickier. I'm gonna get to the basic ones and here very soon. This will be the last tricky one.
Well, I did want to tell you that I was messaging with a few people that you did have on. I messaged with Jason the other day, and I was also messaging with Tasia the other day. And I was asking them about coming on your podcast. I'm like, oh, it's a great time. You should definitely go on. So I wanted to reach out to people and make sure this was a good platform first.
Oh yeah, of course. And I'm glad that you did that because you have to go off of like what other people say and feel. And like I already knew that you had the intuition of like, let me go ahead and do this and I want to do it. But I
Mhm.
definitely love that you had the reassurance from them. And Marquise from my season just messaged me and he wants to be on the podcast as well. He had an
Mhm.
appointment set up for me, but he got sick. And then after
Mhm.
he started watching Tasia's and Jason's and everybody else's, and he's like, I definitely want to be on that. That's so much fun.
And I know we had chatted a few weeks ago about me coming on, and I told you, oh, we'll talk next week. That was because I knew at that point that I was going to be on Spotlight. So I said, we'll talk next week when we have more to talk about. So I'm happy we're talking now. It's supposed to be a few weeks ago before I was even on Spotlight.
Yeah, that's like funny because everything, I feel like everything happens for a reason. At that time, it was like I was struggling so badly before Spotlight to get interviews with anybody. People weren't really trusting me just
Mhm.
because I didn't have that many crazy interviews out there. Not crazy, but that many interviews out there for people to go crazy over is what I was trying to say. I just had like family and friends. So to other people, it just kind of
Mhm.
looked like I was just this random person interviewing family and friends, and it was nothing too crazy. But then Spotlight came along and my creative brain got flowing, and I'm like, you know what? This just seems like it was all meant to be. And you don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is sit here and chit chat with people and get to know them as a little bit, a little bit better as a person. But I'm glad they said that they loved it and that you loved their feedback as well. Did you
Yeah,
watch?
and you're doing a great job. I did listen to Jason and I did listen to Tage as well. I haven't gotten to all of them, but I want to listen to Mike and a few of the other ones I want to listen to.
Yeah, Mike, I had to hold off on because I was on BB Snap with Davion. Did I say it right, Davon?
Hmm.
Gosh, I really suck at names. I call him Dave.
I
Uh,
think it's Davion.
I call him Dave because I can never say his name right. And Tasia, it took me forever. She's like, it's Asia with a T. Tasia. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Mm, mm,
I
yeah.
moved around a lot as a kid, so it was really hard for me to grasp onto words. Like moving from
Mm,
the south up north, it's just all over the place. And then my dad was in the military, so I was around people of all different backgrounds, and I was kind of like molding to what they would say and how they would be. So my language can be all messed up sometimes.
and you brought up the watch parties earlier that I actually met Mike. I met Mike last year at the premiere party, so I've met Mike before.
Did you really? That's so
Yes, I've met Mike.
yeah. He says he's going to someone's watch party. I don't know if you guys are gonna be at the same one. I think it's in New York.
Yeah, yeah, I'll see him there. He was there last year. He'll come again this year, I
That
imagine.
is so awesome. Yeah, it was so much fun talking
Yeah.
to him, but I had totally spoiled. I was like, yeah, me and Dave are on BB Snap and we're gonna be an alliance to like final two, and like he's gonna work with me this time. We're actually working together
Mhm.
because he was so against me on Spotlight. And then when we ended up on BB Snap, like, bro, do you trust me now? Come on. Can we be final two? And then he got eliminated because he blew up his game. But it was so much fun. If you should be
Did you know? Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Did you know anyone from your game ahead of time if they had followed you or had you connected with anybody beforehand?
On the Spotlight?
Yeah.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anybody whatsoever. And I don't pay attention to who follows me. I don't pay attention like if someone slides in my DMs, I generally if they're nice to me, I will just message them back. I don't even go to their page. I just like genuine
Hmm.
conversation. I just like to get to know people for who they are, not like what their followers are, who they are in the
Hmm.
world. So I'm like, I just want to know you for you. And
Hmm.
that's what ended up happening with Tez. He slid into my DMs and said hi. So I
Hmm.
don't pay attention to followers. I don't pay attention to
Hmm.
who you are, like if you're famous or not. I don't really give a crap. I just want to know you as a person.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's
shout out to Tez. Tez is a good friend of mine. Tez came on my podcast, so definitely shout out to Tez.
yeah, he came on mine too, and he was so sweet and so much fun. And I'm gonna go meet him. He's coming out here soon. I don't want to give too many spoilers away.
Hmm.
But I get to meet him in person, and then I'm gonna go to Australia sometime next year to go visit Australia because Australia has been my top bucket list of places to visit since I was a little girl. I don't know why.
Hmm.
I just always wanted to go to Australia. And he lives like a plane ride away from Bonsai Beach. So we were chatting that maybe
Hmm.
he'll take me to Bonsai Beach because I've just been like to die for to go there, even though like my heart hurts for the incident that happened, like RIP to all those people, but um
Hmm.
it won't stop me from going.
Did you tell him that he needs to go on Spotlight? Because I keep telling him and he hasn't listened
I
yet.
told him too, but I think he's a little bit worried that people recognize him because he said his episode just finished airing in March and it's now June. So,
Hmm.
like my game's gonna be destroyed. I'm like, don't let that stop you. You don't know if people will know you or not. Like we can't even watch the
Well,
Australian version in the US.
well, Tiffany from Survivor 41 that she made the final two in her Spotlight game with Joey. So I mean, it's
Exactly.
possible.
And I'm like, Taz, you gotta do it. I think they have what, two more seasons or two more episodes and then they're done for it.
Yeah, I think three, six, seven, and eight.
Yeah, so he's gotta do it. He has to.
Yeah, I keep telling him. I keep telling him.
So amazing at it. And the fact that he got booted out by a puzzle too, like, ugh, that's the worst
Hmm.
feeling in the world. That's what happened to me on Francis's franchise when I was playing. I couldn't complete the puzzle because I jammed the puzzle pieces together by accident and I was like screwed. I was like, no, don't go
Hmm.
doomed down by a puzzle. That's the worst. I didn't even get voted out by tribal council. Shoot. But yeah.
And I'd asked you if you knew anybody from your cast ahead of time. 'Cause there was two people that from my group that I knew, like Steven, who I was in the final two with, that he had been a subscriber of mine on my Big Brother Spoilers Instagram. So I'd known Steven. And then Cara actually, who was the second boot, that I had met Cara at a premiere party before. So
Yeah,
I had those connections with those people.
Kara's friends with Tez. That's so
Yep,
awesome. Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, I didn't know anybody. It was my first time ever playing online gaming, but now like there's a lot more people that I have following me. Like I was struggling so hard to get above 1,000 followers. I was at like 950 for so long. And then I do a couple games and now
Mhm.
I'm above 1,000. I'm like, yay, I could go live. And then I go live and it was just a bunch of random weirdos. And I'm like, this is not what I was expecting.
Mhm.
But do you go
Well,
live?
once you post this interview, I'll promote it and people will come watch this. So
Oh, that'll be awesome. I'm excited. Thank you, everybody who comes and watches this. I don't do this for clout. I just want to help people.
Mhm.
All right, something that's a little bit easier to get to know you. We said your favorite comfort food. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay, and then what is your favorite movie?
Um, when I was a kid, I really liked Toy Story, and I'm really excited for the Toy Story coming out next month, Toy Story 5 or 6. I'm a big Toy Story guy.
I love that. What's your favorite Toy Story like movie of all time? Like which one can you watch on repeat? No problem.
I think the original, the first one.
Yep, same. Do you have a favorite part of the movie, or do you just love the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Are you a morning or a night owl?
Night.
Do you have any pets?
I do not, no.
No. Do you not like
No.
animals or you just don't have time for pets?
So when I was younger, we had cats in my house. We had one cat, and then it ended up dying, and then we had another cat that we didn't have for too long, and we haven't had anything since then. I would have a cat, but I don't really want it. And dogs, my dad really wants a dog, but my mom and I wouldn't want that running around the house, so we don't have any pets here.
No worries. Well, hopefully you can have a cat sometime soon. What's something
Yeah.
you enjoy doing in your free time?
Um, just listening to a lot of reality TV podcasts. I was listening to yours the other day, so I do that in my free time, and a lot of reality podcasts is what I do in my free time. Listen to those.
Do you have a top? You don't have to say mine, of course, but what's your favorite podcast to listen to?
Uh, I mean, I listen to everything that Archie Robbins podcast puts out. I listen to everything Survivor and Big Brother and the Challenge and Love Island. Everything they put out, I listen to. So that's probably the main one.
I love that. What do you do? I know what you do for work, but let's tell the viewers what you do for work because you're not just behind the scenes on your BB spoilers.
Yeah, I don't make enough money doing that to just do that. Um, so I mean, I'm my like I told you, my degree is in sport management, so I'm trying to get into something in sports, and haven't had any success in the 2 years since I graduated college yet. So I was working a lifeguarding job that I've been doing for 8 years that I quit a few months ago. So I was doing that full time since I graduated, but then I quit that a few months ago, and I've just been doing Uber Eats full time since then. Um, but yeah, it's not enough, and I got to keep applying for jobs, and hopefully something will come soon because it's been 2 years, and it's very discouraging. 2 years out from college and spent all this money, and you don't have a job yet. So I'm hoping something comes up soon.
Yes, we'll find you something. Now that you kind of have an idea, we kind of have an idea of where to go through to find something for you.
Yeah.
What's something, well, we already talked about your dream job. What makes you happy?
Um, that's a good question. Life.
Yeah.
I don't know, just being here every day and waking up and doing life, and just I'm happy to be here talking with you, and happy to play Spotlight, and yeah, so I don't know, that's a good answer.
Happy to be alive. How about that?
Yeah.
Awesome. What is your biggest fear in life?
Um Failure. I feel like, like I just said, that I'm 2 years out of college with no job yet. I feel like I'm really behind. I'm about to be 24 and I don't have a job yet, and I feel really behind. So I feel like I'm kind of like failing right now.
You are not failing. Get that thought out of your brain and shoot it out your window because you are not a failure. It is such a competitive job world out there right now.
Yeah.
I got laid off a job in October and I still have yet to find any type of work. So it's like, don't feel
Hmm.
like it's
Yeah.
incredibly competitive, but it's also one of those things where it's like you can't beat yourself up just because you don't have a job within your degree. Like that thing,
Hmm.
all of those kind of things take timing and it takes a lot of experience to get into your career that way. And you have to start
Yeah.
like you already have all these podcasting things that you've been doing. Now you have a little bit of a resume. You easily could go pot. I could see you as a sport newscaster, no problem. You easily could go and apply for one of those. We just got to figure out where you
Well,
want to go.
my dad's been telling me that with all this reality stuff and the podcast I can do, would I get into that in some kind of capacity? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'd be open to anything. Anybody that would hire me, I would accept it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there any jobs you wouldn't do?
Um, I mean, I just really want to do it in the realm of sports or, reality TV. So other than that, I don't have a ton of interest outside of those two things really. So,
Yeah. Do you have any hobbies you do outside of like podcasting and the BB spoilers and working?
um, I mean, I like to, I play basketball a lot. I played in high school. I play a lot of pickleball. I play a couple times a week. I like going for runs. So I try to stay active as much as I can.
That's awesome. What do you do when you've had one of the worst days of your life? What do you do to make yourself feel better?
Eat a half gallon of ice cream.
What's your go-to ice cream flavor?
The only thing I eat, chocolate ice cream. That's it.
Oh, is there a certain brand or is it any of them?
Um, it's really it's whatever's on sale that week. But probably Turkey Hill.
Turkey Hill. Oh, that's such an East Coast brand of ice cream. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Turkey Hill. Did you have Friendly's ice cream where you're at?
Yep. I just finished a half gallon of Friendlies the other night.
Why did you have such a bad day the other day? Or did you just have ice cream to have?
Well, I eat it most days. I didn't have a bad day.
Oh,
I
okay.
eat most
You just have an
days.
ice cream to have ice cream. There's no problem with
Of
that.
course, of course. Yep. Gotta have a sweet treat.
Ice cream. Okay, so say hypothetically speaking, I'm gonna come visit you for a weekend. Where are you gonna
Mhm.
take me to do, and where are we gonna go?
I feel like people who haven't been in this area, they probably want to go to like the American Dream Mall. That's not very far from me at all. The American Dream Mall, a lot of people want to check that out this near MetLife. I probably wouldn't bring you there now because they got the football, the FIFA World Cup starting. That's down the street from that, so I probably wouldn't bring you there now. Um, but probably Dream Mall would be my answer. I've only been there once or twice. I haven't really explored it much myself, so it would be good to bring someone there and check it out myself as well.
It's called Dream Mall, so it's like just is it like
The
one?
the the American Dream Mall,
Oh,
yeah, in East Rutherford.
yep, I definitely would want to go there. Where would we go to eat
Yeah,
besides?
it's one of the biggest malls in the country.
Is it? I've heard of it then.
Hmm.
I'm like, it's in New
Yeah.
Jersey, right? I'm not stupid. Okay,
Yep. Yeah, in East Rutherford. Yep.
that's awesome. What is something that you would do with
Car keys.
they're up there. I'm on the spotlight.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, my dad's interrupting. They should be hanging up, or they're in my purse. Sorry. Where
It's
do
okay.
you like to shop at?
I don't shop at all. If I was ever gonna buy anything, I'd probably go online, like Amazon or something. But I don't shop at all. I don't like going shopping to a mall or anything like that.
No, you're an online shopper. That's all.
Yeah, if I was shopping, I would go online.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Nowadays, it's so many crowds and it's like so hard. And I,
Mm.
it takes a lot of energy for me to go to the mall, but I enjoy going when I do go.
Yeah, I'm not a mall goer at all.
Yeah, and everything's so expensive. I feel like online shopping is so much more like cheaper.
Yeah.
What is do you do any sports besides basketball?
N Now or just when I was younger
When you're
or
younger, when you're growing up, like have you done any other sports?
yeah, when I was younger, I did all the sports. I did basketball, I did baseball, I did soccer, I did swimming, I did cross country and track. I did everything when I was younger. Um, yeah, when I was younger, my sport was always baseball, but as I got older, I became more of a basketball guy. So basketball is my favorite sport now. I just didn't enjoy playing baseball as much as I got older, and I definitely enjoyed basketball more. I played basketball in high school. I probably would have done swimming in high school, but basketball and swimming were the same season, so I had to pick basketball. But yeah, nowadays I just play a lot of basketball. I play a lot of pickleball.
That's awesome. Do you have any siblings? I don't know if we talked about that yet.
No, we didn't. I have an older sister. She's 26.
Oh, that's awesome. And how old are you? 20.
I'll be 20. I'm 23. I'll be 24 in July 19th. No, it wasn't my birthday last Sunday.
Okay. July 19th is your birthday. Mine's August 31st. So what's your real sign?
Cancer.
Cancer. Do you feel like you exhibit cancer traits or do you feel like you're much more of a different sign?
I don't know the I'm not into zodiac, so I don't know what people say about cancers. But do you know what people say about cancers?
I haven't paid attention.
Yeah, I don't know anything about zodiacs. Like when I was doing the live for my birthday, I had to research. Oh, what is the sign for what if the date was May 24th or whatever, and I did the research on that because I don't know anything about the signs.
See, you're just full of every type of tricky way in there. Like, I absolutely love it. I couldn't, I'm like trying to think of all the ways that you would like come up with all these different unique little lies, like along the way of like Big Brother or
Mhm.
Survivor or any other like trader shows. And I'm just like, he's going to be big one day. I already know it. I already see it happening for you.
Well,
Um,
I told you I'm waiting for my call for All Star, so I'm already just trying to think of, what can I do? How can I play differently? What lies can I come up with? Because I think I'm going to be screwed. So I'm already starting to think even of this imaginary All Star call I'm going to get.
it's not imaginary. I feel like there would be like everybody's talking about All Stars. I feel like they'd be so silly not to do one.
Yeah, I do think it'll happen for the eighth game. I do think so.
You think it's gonna be game number 8, or you think they're
I
gonna
I
be
do. I do think it'll be game number 8. Yeah.
yeah, so it's two more then, right? Or 6 and 7?
Yeah. So what I think was they'll do 7 games, and I think they'll probably do 2 people from each game for 14-person cast. That's just my guess.
That is smart. I like that. I like that a
So
lot.
they may not even pick me. That there might be better people for my season. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
if they do two, that would be smart. Two from each season, and then you have like everybody in
Yeah.
there. Oh man, that would be so spicy though, because people are gonna be able to figure out who's from which season very quickly. Especially if
Who,
you've been
who who do you think would be the 2 people from your season if they pick 2 people? Who would be the 2 they would pick?
um I feel like picking a winner is like obvious kind of like
Mhm.
all-star spot, so I feel like they probably go with non-winners. Um,
Mhm.
I would
So
say,
that's why I lost. So I
yeah,
wanted the call back.
I would say probably Kelsey, because I mean,
Mhm.
she was, everybody's saying she should be an all-star, and then I would hope me. I'm like, I throw my name out there. I really hope I would be an all-star spot, but Jason was great. Everybody was so great. I'm like, how do you choose?
Yeah.
Like, just do every season as an all-star and just do them on repeat. It's really hard.
My, my guess is if they're gonna do you and they're gonna do Dave is my guess.
You think so?
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Yeah, just because of the simple fact that we had that little scuttlebutt at the end.
Yeah.
We went on to play BB Snap together and we were unaligned
Yeah.
there. So that would be smart. That would be awesome if
So
they
I gotta look out for you too then. I gotta look out.
oh no, like I'm gonna pull you on into my three and we'll work together too. But no, that would be
Has he come on the podcast? Yeah, so you should be closer to me in the game then.
he has not come on the podcast yet. So I think I would be a lot closer to you. You would be more of my alliance. And I know the way he plays, like not trying to blow up his game, but he can get really spicy real quick and blow up everybody's game.
Uh,
Blow up my game, anything, but he did say that I was his final two on the BB Snapchat. And I was like, Dave, why would you do that? He's like, she's always been my number one. And I'm like, oh no. I was like, why would you tell everybody that? But it didn't hurt too much. I didn't get voted out till maybe 2 people later after he got voted out. So I made it to jury, and that was fun.
you outlasted him in this one, so he beat you in the last one. You beat him this one.
Exactly, and maybe I'll beat him in All Stars too. They're gonna be final two in All Stars. How about that? Outside of the
Yes, yes.
game alliance.
You know my game. You know I'm just gonna lie to everybody. So
You better not lie. You better not lie to me, because I'll be so
I
salty.
didn't lie to Steven. I didn't lie to Steven. He was my final 2. So
Okay, good. Yeah. Sometimes little white lies, you gotta do it here and there, but never to the final two. That's all.
no.
Well, manifest you being called back. Who do you feel like would be good on your season to come back besides you? Who would you want to go back with?
I think it would have to be Maddie that I cut her at the final 3. That it would have to be Maddie.
Yeah. So if you weren't to get one of the spots, who else would you hope for?
Someone else from my season, you're saying?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go with Amari. That I was the one responsible for his boot. I think he was like the third or fourth one out. That he was playing a really good game, and I said to Maddie that you got to get Amari out, and she took Amari out. So I would say Amari. Give him a shout out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, awesome. Well, hopefully we'll get those calls one day and they'll be seeing us on the spotlight again. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. So this is kind of the point where I like to turn the floor over to you and see if there's anything like a story you maybe want to tell of something you struggled with or any advice and suggestions because you see a lot of people out in the social media world and the struggles that they have to deal with trying to put themselves out there. You're putting yourself out there. Any suggestions, any advice, anything you want to chat about with, just that world and anything else?
I mean, I would just say that me, yeah, I started doing the interviews a couple years ago. Me putting my face to it. years ago, people didn't know, who I was in the page. I was just, a person running the page. They didn't know me. So, I mean, it was difficult for me to, put myself out there, do the interviews, and people know who I am and know what I look like. And that opens up, feedback for people to say what they want about you. So that was definitely difficult for me. But now, you just deal with it. People say what they say. And, I'm happy that I put myself out there and people, know me for me now.
Yeah. So what is something when you first started, when it was hard, what is something you did to help yourself?
These people commenting, they don't know me. So, I mean, it's only the people around you close to you that their opinion matters. So if they say something, these people don't know you. So, their opinion doesn't matter.
I love that so much. Like, let them have their opinions, right? And then
Yeah.
as long as you have the best opinion about yourself and you're doing the best that you can, that's really all that matters. I love that so much. So, what else would you suggest for someone who maybe has a lot of anxiety or gets depressed about certain things they put out there? What's something that you would suggest and give advice for them like to get through?
I mean, speaking from my experience, even going on the spotlight, I'm an introvert. Like this was a lot for me to just go on it. It was overwhelming, all the the feedback you're getting after, and all those people messaging you.
Yeah.
So I just take a deep breath. I mean, you'll get through it. It'll get better.
Yeah, at the end of the day, don't let it stop you from chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
Any dreams out there besides your sports management, and being on reality TV that you may have, like a little low-key dream of yours to do?
No, I mean, just right now, I just want to get a job and then go from there and hopefully get on a reality show down the line. And that's all I got dreaming for right now.
That's awesome. Well, you've done such an amazing job coming on here for your first interview ever. I know I put you on the spot with
Yeah.
quite a bit of things. I really appreciate you chatting with me so much, Josh. Any final words?
No, just thank you for having me, Jess. This was great. It was great talking with you, and I'm definitely gonna promote this, and hopefully my audience will come and listen to this and check out your podcast.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate the support. And, you haven't had any direct struggles with mental health, so we didn't dive into any of your stories. But on my other stories, for anybody who does come and watch your supporters on the Tasia and Jason and Mike and things like that, and all the other episodes, they do dive into mental health things that they've struggled with. And it's very beautiful to hear them talk about their stories and things that they struggled with. So if you guys want to give that a listen, that would be awesome. If anybody is interested in being a guest on my podcast, I'm actively looking for people. So, any of your viewers, if you know anybody who likes to chat, let them know because I'm all ears.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell my cast that they should come on. I'm gonna message them right now.
Awesome. Well, I love that so much, and thank you so much again, Josh. And I will let you go. But for now, we'll say peace, love, and buttercups to everybody.
Thank you, Jess. Bye.
Bye.